Next, Lucy Arnaz and Larry Luckenbill have hilarious highlights of Love at First Bite and films from the Mel Brooks Festival, coming up next on the Cinemax Screening Room.
You're watching Cinemax.
Hi, I'm Lucy Arnaz.
I'm Larry Luckenbill. Welcome to Cinemax Screening Room.
It's April. Spring is here, and Cinemax is going to help you shake off those winter doldrums with a month of comedy. As you know, there are different kinds of comedy: satire, farce, slapstick, heartwarming humor, zany spoofs, and Cinemax has them all this month.
Yeah, take Love at First Bite, for example. Now, I'd call this a zany spoof of the Dracula legend, but its producer and star, George Hamilton, is more likely to call it a miracle. After 20 years in the business and 50 films to his credit, George Hamilton, until this film, was probably better known for the women he dated than for the films he made. In real life and in the movies, he always turned up as the perennial playboy. But as Count Dracula in Love at First Bite, Hamilton finally found a part he could really sink his teeth into. The story is about what happens when the legendary Count moves from Transylvania to modern-day New York to pursue the woman he loves, Susan St. James. Artie Johnson is his faithful fly-eating companion, and Richard Benjamin is the neurotic shrink who is out to stop the Count. This movie's a lot of fun, and Hamilton plays Dracula in such style that the Count Dracula Society elected him to its Hall of Fame, along with the great Bela Lugosi.
He loved his women.
Yeah, and my wife, too.
Yes, he did. I showed him how God wanted him to have a swell time while he was alive. Yes. Because, brothers and sisters, when you is gone, you is gone. And ain't no way, no how, nobody's gonna bring you back here once you is dead.
Good evening. I am Count Dracula. I would like a large suite with a bath. I have a reservation. This is not the lobby of the Plaza Hotel?
Since comedy is king this month, Cinemax has put together 4 films from one of Hollywood's funniest funny men for its Mel Brooks Festival. Now, you might not know this, but Mel has been making America laugh since the early days of television, when he was one of the original writers for Sid Caesar's Your Show of Shows. Then after that, he made several comedy albums as the 2,000-year-old man. Then he wrote the hit TV series Get Smart, and he went off to Hollywood to become a big movie director. No, don't adjust your set. There's nothing wrong with the sound. This is a scene from Mel Brooks' silent movie. Now, I ask you, who but Mel Brooks would come up with a crazy idea to make a silent movie in this day and age? Well, the film is about a director named Mel Funn who comes up with a crazy idea to make a silent movie. And in the hands of masters like Sid Caesar, Dom DeLuise, Marty Feldman, and Mel Brooks, sight gags are as funny today as they ever were.
You never know what the next Mel Brooks film is going to look like, because he never sticks to the same style. He'll do a Technicolor takeoff of the Old West like Blazing Saddles, and then come up with a black and white horror parody like Young Frankenstein. In The 12 Chairs, his second film, Mel Brooks takes us to Bolshevik Russia for a satire about three greedy comrades who are searching for a treasure which is hidden in one of the 12 chairs. It's a very funny movie you don't get a chance to see very often. Brooks himself has a small part in the film, and the three fortune hunters are played by Frank Langella, Dom DeLuise, and Ron Moody.
This is totally disgusting.
Not so fast! Not so fast! That's my chair, huh? It's the Holy Father. Taking up a collection, are you? Here's a donation. Thank you. Why are you after my chair? It's not yours. Then whose is it? It's nationalized property. It belongs to the workers. Did you say the workers? Yes, the workers. Maybe the Holy Father is a member of the Communist Party. Maybe. But the party is for atheists. How can a priest join the party? The church must keep up with the times.
Over the years, Mel Brooks has built a repertory company of actors who appear again and again in his films. He almost used the entire company in his movie The History of the World, Part 1. This film features Brooks's favorites like Dom DeLuise, Madeline Kahn, Harvey Korman, Cloris Leachman, Ron Carey, Sid Caesar, and of course Mel Brooks, playing 5 different roles. Parents may want to pre-screen this one, since some of the humor raises questions of good taste.
Comicus, you're on.
Ladies and emperors, I just got back from Venice, and boy, are my arms tired. Let me tell you about Venice. Venice is a very old city, very old, very wonderful city, ancient city. You can learn a lot in Venice. You want to know how to make a Venetian blind? Like this? Fuck! Have you all heard about this new sect, the Christians? They are a laugh riot. First of all, they are so poor.
How poor are they?
Thank you. They are so poor that they have only one God.
And finally, Cinemax has a special treat for Mel Brooks fans. It's a documentary called I Thought I Was Taller, a short history of Mel Brooks. In it, you're going to meet the man who once said that the hardest part of making a movie is putting all those little holes in the side of the film. But that's just when he was plain old Melvin Kaminsky from Brooklyn, New York. You'll also learn why the most dangerous thing you can do in the Borscht Belt is to sing Dancing in the Dark after lunch.
Why Dancing in the Dark? Because they never understood the range of that song and would invariably start in the wrong key. If you're going to sing Dancing in the Dark, you've got to start very low because the song goes very high. And many Jews would die of a stroke because they would start too high, thinking that there was a normal place to start dancing in the dark. So they would sing what would appear normal. Dancing in the dark. Now that doesn't sound so bad. Till the tune ends. But you watch. We're dancing in the dark and it soon ends. And we can face the music together. Dancing in the dark. And a stroke and they would die.
Not all the laughs are in Mel Brooks' corner this month. Peter Falk and a couple of gorgeous lady wrestlers will be here with their own brand of comedy in a movie called All the Marbles. In recent years, Peter Falk has become known for the laid-back comic style that made him a hit as TV's Columbo. But before that, his career consisted mainly of playing hoods in gangster films. Still, that sense of humor has always been in him. As a teenager, he played on the high school baseball team. Once when the umpire called him out for trying to steal third, Peter dusted himself off, took out his artificial eye, put it in the ump's hand and said, "Sir, you need this more than I do." In All the Marbles, Falk plays the manager of 2 tag team wrestlers known as the California Dolls, who are trying to break into the big time. Vicky Frederick and Laureen Landon trained with professional wrestlers for their roles in the film. And when you see what these beautiful dolls go through, you'll understand why one critic called them the bravest actresses in the business.
All I want to know is, where's the ring?
Oh, no ring? You're going to wrestle in that mud hole over there.
Mud hole?
Oh, yeah. It's become an annual highlight of the carnival. By the way, I do a little joke every year. I come out before the bout and I say, "Now, girls, I want a good, clean fight. See, the fight's in mud. That always gets a good laugh from the crowd. I came up with that line myself.
Yeah, well, you can do something else by yourself. Think about it. Come on, Ma, let's get the hell out of here, creep.
Did you...
All right, just relax. I'm going to take care of everything.
Yep. Now, that's no way to talk to a lieutenant governor of the Kiwanis Club.
Glenn Ford and Debbie Reynolds make their contribution to fun this month with their 1960 film, The Gazebo. Carl Reiner and Martin Landau co-star in this comedy of errors about a mystery writer who plans a murder and finds out, to his horror, that the body won't stay buried.
For humor on the high seas, join Dirk Bogarde as a ship's doctor in the second in a series of film comedies that began with Doctor in the House. As the doctor at sea, Bogarde faces a surly crew and has almost more than he can handle when Brigitte Bardot comes aboard.
No one delivers comedy quite like the great Alistair Sim. You remember him from films like Geordie and A Christmas Carol. Well, now he's back as a mild-mannered clockmaker and a part-time assassin in a very funny British film called The Green Man. This clever comedy made the New York Times list of the 10 best films of 1957. April may be comedy month on Cinemax, but in Hollywood, April means just one thing: the Academy Awards. For the past 54 years, members of the film industry have gotten together each year to honor the outstanding work of their fellow artists. It's a tradition that's grown in importance and proportion over the years, and it has survived controversy and criticism, and it's become one of the biggest television events of any season. So whatever you think of the Academy Awards, you got to admit they are a big deal. So this month, Cinemax has put together a group of films featuring past winners and nominees, and including a special Meryl Streep weekend, which begins April 9th. With The Deer Hunter.
Right. The Deer Hunter is a 1978 film starring Robert De Niro and Meryl Streep, who were both nominated for their performances in the movie. But the Academy Awards went to Christopher Walken as Best Supporting Actor and to The Deer Hunter's director, Michael Cimino. The Deer Hunter is the story of 3 friends who leave their home in Pennsylvania and go off to fight in Vietnam together. It's a powerful, personal account of how they live, how they love, and how they change in the face of war. But we do want to warn you. Some scenes include graphic violence.
The whole thing, it's crazy.
And I'll tell you one thing. If I found out my life had to end up in the mountains, I'd be all right. But it has to be in your mind.
What?
One shot?
2 is pussy.
I don't think about one shot that much anymore, Mike.
You have to think about one shot. One shot is what it's all about. Deer has to be taken with one shot. I try to tell people that. They don't listen. You really think about Vietnam?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm thinking about the deer. Going on. I like the trees, you know? I like the way the trees are in the mountains, all different. The way the trees are.
For Meryl Streep, an Academy Award nomination has become a yearly event. This year, she's been nominated for her role in Sophie's Choice. And last year, it was for her performance as the French Lieutenant's Woman. The French Lieutenant's Woman will be seen just once this month on Cinemax during the Meryl Streep weekend.
Meryl Streep won an Oscar for Kramer vs. Kramer, as did her co-star in that film, Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman, as you know, could be on his way to another Oscar this year for his role in Tootsie. And he's certainly no stranger to the Academy Awards. In fact, he's been nominated 5 times altogether, and one of those nominations was for his portrayal of that controversial comedian Lenny Bruce in Bob Fosse's startling film, Lenny. It's the true story of the rise and fall of one of our most brilliant and disturbed funny men.
Valerie Perrine received an Oscar nomination for her part as Lenny's wife. I'd just like to say something about the Academy Awards system. There was a performance in this movie by a little-known actor who was wonderful. His name was Gary Morton, and he played the Catskill comedian. Well, he was never nominated for that performance, and my whole family agreed that had he been nominated, my stepfather would have won, hands down.
This film includes nudity, and since it recreates Lenny Bruce's nightclub act, it contains a lot of strong language.
Wow, look at that. He's
seem to have some company here tonight. Listen, could you throw the spotlight over there against the wine chest? I'd like to welcome some friends. I think they're here. Ah, yes, there they are. Good evening, fellas. Hi, guys. It's Mount Rushmore. I seem to be under a little pressure here tonight to cool my act. I don't know how many of you know it, but I was arrested, busted, right here on this stage a few nights ago for saying no. Not going to say it. Let's see. It's an 11-letter word. It starts with a C and ends with a G. And it was used in the context of defending a certain homosexual practice. Actually, though, I don't relate it only to homosexuals. I relate it to any contemporary woman I know. Oh, yeah.
This month's largest collection of Oscar winners can be found in Dr. Zhivago, a sweeping saga of romance and war which won a total of 5 Academy Awards. The movie was based on the novel by Boris Pasternak, who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. 2-time Oscar winner David Lean directed this film, and Robert Bolt won an Oscar for his screenplay. Omar Sharif stars in the title role as the poet doctor caught in the midst of the Russian Revolution. The rest of the cast includes people like Geraldine Chaplin, Julie Christie, Rod Steiger, and Alec Guinness. And who can forget Laura's theme from the movie's Oscar-winning score?
I have a very delightful announcement to make.
Oh, Madame Svendinsky.
Yes, why not?
Aha! I have to announce that Dr. Yuri Zhivago, yes, Dr. Zhivago, he came third in all Moscow. Now listen, please, please. Dr. Zhivago is betrothed in marriage to...
In 1956, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences established a new awards category, that of Best Foreign Language Film. Before that, movies not in English were given special honorary awards. This month, the Cinemax Foreign Language Film Oscar Showcase continues with 3 more winners, 2 of them Cinemax 4-star choices. In 1969, Algeria produced its first Oscar-winning film, Z. This political thriller was based on actual incidents that occurred in Greece concerning the assassination of a politician. The movie was directed by Costa Gavras, whose current film Missing is among this year's Oscar nominees. Z is a fascinating, fast-paced look at murder and conspiracy, and it stars Yves Montand, Jean-Louis Trintignant, and Irene Papas.
Will the police inspector come here? I'm calling for the general of police!
There are those 2 thugs again. What are you waiting for? What's that? No!
Our second 4-star choice this month is Luis Buñuel's funny, dreamlike film, The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie. This surrealistic comedy about a group of friends who can never seem to have a quiet meal together won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film in 1972.
Bringing us up to date in April's Best Foreign Language Film Oscar Showcase is last year's winner, Mephisto. This gorgeous and powerful Hungarian film is set in pre-war Germany. It's about an actor, a kind of show business Faust, whose brilliant portrayal of the devil leads him to sell his soul to the Nazis.
There's World War II action and adventure when Gregory Peck and David Niven get together once again to fight the Germans in the Sea Wolves. The team that fought the Nazis in the Guns of Navarone is a little bit older now, but that doesn't seem to slow them down. Together with Roger Moore, they're out to blow up German spy ships this time. And during its run on Cinemax, the Sea Wolves will not appear on any other national pay cable TV service.
Didn't see me, Rabbit.
George C. Scott stars this month as a father trying to find his missing daughter in a film called Hardcore. The movie is a tough, gutsy look at the underworld of porn. Peter Boyle is the sleazy L.A. detective he hires. Season Hubley plays a young hooker who helps him search for his child. Parents should be aware of the explicit nudity and language.
The fun never stops at Camp Fun for All as Timmy and Sid stage a beauty contest in Confessions from a Holiday Camp, the fourth in the series of sexy comedy confession films. This is an adult feature and will be shown only during late-night hours.
This month, Bo Derek swings into action in Tarzan the Ape Man. Bo produced and starred in this remake of the Tarzan legend, and her husband, John Derek, directed the film. Richard Harris plays Bo's long-lost father, and Miles O'Keefe plays the incredible ape man whose body is almost as good as hers.
Jane!
Here, I'm here!
Jane!
I'm here!
Jane! Get out of the way!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! No!
Where's Africa?
He doesn't have Africa! Don't shoot!
Well, if he doesn't have Africa, who the bloody else has?
The 1979 movie Hanover Street stars Harrison Ford and Leslie Ann Down as an American pilot and a married Englishwoman who fall in love in war-torn London. The story takes a surprising turn, though, when he ends up on a dangerous mission with her husband. Hanover Street is a good old-fashioned love story that should appeal to the romantic in you.
Some years ago, Dennis Weaver became a familiar face on television as Chester, Matt Dillon's limping sidekick on Gunsmoke. Well, he's come a long way since those days. And in the 1980 made-for-television movie Amber Waves, he gives a touching performance as a Kansas wheat harvester who's facing the end of his life and questioning its values. Kurt Russell plays an arrogant New York model, stranded in the Midwest, who finds that hard work is the cure for what ails him. And Mare Winningham won an Emmy for her portrayal of Weaver's daughter and Russell's lover. Amber Waves is a glimpse of Americana viewed from the country's heartland.
Why didn't you stop him?
What? It was their hassle.
That's no answer.
Sorry, I didn't see any reason to get involved.
Didn't see any reason to get involved.
Everybody's schizo.
Wait a minute. Bloody nose, 3 loose teeth. You didn't see any reason to get involved. You're a man. Why don't you act like it? Take some responsibility. Care about what happens around you.
Hey, look,
you got good stuff in you. You just gotta kick it the hell away. Kick it away.
Hey, look, man, I didn't have anything to do with it.
What's the matter, Greg? You got no spine? Fight back.
You're crazy, man.
What are you trying to do? Run away? Huh? Why don't you fight back?
Who the hell are you coming from anyway?
Fight back. Hit me. Go on, hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
You hurt?
It wasn't so hard, was it?
The Canadian film Lies My Father Told Me is about a little boy growing up in the Jewish ghetto of Montreal. Young David is torn between the contemporary values of his father and the more orthodox values of his grandfather in this 1975 film directed by Oscar winner Jan Kadar. This sweet, simple story will appeal to the whole family.
And with Easter this month, what could be more appropriate family viewing than the biblical epic King of Kings? This spectacular movie, based on the life of Christ, stars Jeffrey Hunter in the title role. Joining him are Robert Ryan, Rip Torn, Harry Gardino, and a proverbial cast of thousands. The story follows the life of Jesus from his birth in a manger to his death on the cross. It's an inspiring religious film. Okay, next
I'm sorry, that's about all the time we have right now, but we want you to join us again next month for a look at what's coming up in May, including Smokey and the Bandit, S.O.B., a Walter Matthau Film Festival, and a special look at the movies of Henry and Jane Fonda, including On Golden Pond.
All right. In the meantime, enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yes, bye.